Anybody from Iran?
I mean, Behrouz should be getting a.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with Samson Dawa destroying those arms 11 weeks out of this year's Mr. Olympia. And we know this upcoming Mr. Olympia could very well be one of the most memorable one for him. And not just for him, all of us, but especially for Samson if he's able to come out on top in his first ever title defense. So Samson's arms are just getting ridiculous at this point. And here we have an IFBB pro who took his individual body parts and improved them one by one based on the feedback by the judges. So when Samson Dawa came onto the scene, and that was back in 2021, his arms weren't his strongest area, but they have legit become very massive and they look 24 inches right now. Although he will never have the bicep peaks like Jay Cutler had or like the mutant has, because that is all genetics. But the man has put in some tremendous work in that area, bringing them up big time. And those are one of the major reasons why his front double biceps is so appealing and that looks so complete. So what is that one thing that Samson Dawa has not been able to improve as per the judges' feedback? I guess it could be the conditioning, that he has been unable to unlock the level of conditioning which is similar to the likes of Hadi Chopin or Derek or the Mutant. But that being said, the Olympia last year, that was Samson's all-time best. But even Samson will admit that he wasn't at his 100% at that show. He can come in drier, more detailed and dig even deeper. And that will make a lot of difference on the stage. And why do some people keep on forgetting that Samson Dawa has that massive size advantage over all of his competition in almost all the shots, except one, which is the back double biceps. But that being said, I truly think that we're gonna see a very improved physique from Samson Dawa come Olympia, since he took the well-needed rest and a break after the Arnold Ohio this year, and that offseason went very smoothly. And all those guest posings that we saw from Samson Dawa in the past 1 month, they are a proof that the man has been on point. So what are your thoughts in regards to Samson Dawa for this upcoming Mr. Olympia? Can he win his second Sandow in 11 weeks time? Next up, we have an 11 weeks out physique update from Horseman aka Marcelo from Brazil. So the journey to his Olympia debut in classic physique, that is now underway, and the man looks to be holding on to his superb conditioning, looking very tight, even 3 weeks after winning Portugal Pro, suggesting that he might be eyeing another show before the Olympia this year, which is something he also hinted about. So Horseman clearly doesn't have the shape or the waistline to place top 10 in classic physique. But his mission for this year, that has already been accomplished, and that was getting his Olympia qualification and getting his first pro win. So how many years did he compete in the Men's Open? More than 2, since he started competing back in 2023. And despite making continuous improvements for the Men's Open, he was unable to win his first pro show. So the last show that Horseman did in the Men's Open, that was the Big Man Weekend, and that was a crazy look by him, where he placed second behind Akeem Williams. And here the man is now using less gear and the PEDs than ever before, not force-feeding himself, looks more healthy and athletic, and also won his classic physique pro debut and on his way to this year's Mr. Olympia. So Horseman staying in classic, that is an ideal case scenario for him, because his mindset has now changed. He wants to stay healthy and he wants to be more athletic. And the longevity factor also comes into play. And based on the wins at the Portugal Pro, he had around 5 more pounds before he hit his weight cap. So he can come in with an improved back and present an overall better package at his Olympia debut. Next up, we have an update from Hunter Labrada. So Hunter skipping this year's Mr. Olympia, that does allow some of these other competitors, especially in that top 10, to move up one spot, as Hunter has been a very consistent top 6 Olympia competitor for the past 2 years. But this time the man did something which most of the top guys are kind of afraid to do. Give his body a break, give his system some time to recover, detox completely from everything, the diet, the PEDs, everything that is required to be one of the best in the world. And the theory suggests that his body is gonna respond faster than ever before when it's time to get back on the protocol. Now it isn't surprising at all that he might still be cruising since he has no show plans in the near future. So with Samson Dawa and Derek skipping the Arnold next year, Hunter can be that guy to make a very big comeback and a very big splash at that show, since the Arnold has been on his radar for quite some time. And actually he wanted to do this year's Arnold too, until he decided to skip the season altogether. Now for some reason, Hunter still doesn't get the much deserved respect. He cleared all the doubts in anyone's mind last year, especially at the Olympia prejudging. Based on how he showed up, he just could not maintain that same initial look throughout the prejudging, and he dropped down one spot. So that just goes to show us that there is still some margin of improvements when it comes to peaking and being 100% on the day of the show. So in regards to Hunter Labrada, a top 5 finish at the Olympia, that is a very realistic goal, and you bet that is gonna be his aim when he steps on the stage at the Olympia next year. Next up, we have an update from Behrouz. While many of us believe that it's harder for him to get his US visa this year compared to all the previous ones because of that whole situation in the Middle East, but his coach Milos Sorsev, on the other hand, he is very hopeful that they're gonna get an answer in less than 1 week time.
Anybody from Iran?
I mean, Behrouz should be getting information within a week or so, because everything is sent and this expedited processing. So he should be getting a response within a week. Hopefully next week I'll have some news.
So he gave the update on Behrouz in the recent episode of the Menace podcast. And I must say, if that happens, this will add so much excitement to this year's Mr. Olympia and the lineup, because we're gonna have another guy who is gonna potentially fight for those Olympia top 6 or maybe even higher as per his own expectations. So Milos, who is Behrouz's coach, he's a big UFC fan, and maybe he can ask Dana White to ask Donald Trump, with whom he is very close with, to personally look at Behrouz's case, because at this point it is all about projecting Behrouz's case to all the right people and explain to them that a high caliber athlete has been suffering because of his nationality for 3 years in a row, and all he wants is to compete against the best of the best in the world.
I mean, Hadi, I hope he has a 10-year visa, no?
I don't know.
Even for Behrouz right now, we are applying for like 5-year visa.
So glad to hear that they are applying for a 5 years visa. So in case of a positive answer, the issue will be solved for the foreseeable future. And I am very sure after the Olympia, Behrouz will be very honored to compete at the Arnold, Ohio next year. So fingers crossed, and I sincerely hope that this does happen. Next up, we have an 8 days out physique update from Justin Sher. So this will be the hardest push by Justin during this prep. Lowest possible carbs, increased amount of cardio to dug out more detail, and the man is least concerned on how much heavier he's gonna be compared to his last show, which was the Olympia back in 2023. So all he wants to do is bring a better condition and bring a better back and beat his Chicago Pro look, the show that he won. So he's supposed to be a few pounds heavier, and his back is supposed to look way more improved, as he will be stepping back on the stage after almost 18 months. So there is no real mass monster in this year's Tampa Pro lineup, and Justin's own strengths, they are him having beautiful lines and amazing aesthetics. So there is no doubt that he's gonna have one of the most pretty physique in this year's Tampa Pro show. Now it is so crazy to think that Justin has done only 2 pro shows since turning pro, Chicago Pro and the Olympia. And this time he's gonna be doing Texas Pro too, regardless of the results, whether he's able to win Tampa Pro show or not. So almost 2 years away from the stage. That is plenty of time to get bigger, put on some solid muscle. And this is the year Justin should compete more often to get more of that stage experience. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.